Hello everybody, Shadow here, and welcome back to AI the Somnium Files. It's time to interrogate, that's a better word, Mayumi. Because she says she's the one who stabbed Ota and kidnapped Iris. This will be interesting.
My son is under that witch's spell.
Right, so you say.
Concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him.
Okay. Why did you take her eye?
Because I just hated her so much.
Right.
Killing her wasn't enough.
Sure. If you say so. I don't necessarily believe you.
You were in the polar bear costume, right? That means you stabbed him.
Yeah, that doesn't really make too much sense.
I stabbed him.
Oh.
With the knife I brought from home.
I don't think I necessarily believe you.
I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just
sorta happened.
Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick
That's
question, Mayumi. Do you know
weird.
anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
Could you explain it
Fair.
to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I
Gotcha.
can't explain it in words. It's more like muscle memory.
To be fair,
I was
kind
able
of.
to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
To be fair, I can kind of understand that. I definitely have things like that myself. Where like, I know how to do them, I just can't really explain it to people.
I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
The garbage?
I don't remember.
There's
It's
some
true.
holes
I planned the whole
forming.
thing.
I don't know about that.
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
Right?
That's right. Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out. Same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person.
But you say you're only
So
responsible
this
for the
person in
last
the
one.
polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops killer. And you're telling me-
supposedly.
That person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Yes, I killed them.
I highly doubt that. Why are you lying?
I am not lying.
I don't.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I killed Shoko and Renju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half.
Right. What was your motive?
Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's
Right.
just as responsible, using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate.
Well
That
then.
man is the root of all evil. That's why I killed him.
Okay. Interesting.
Renju's ex-wife, right? I did it to get to him.
But
Right.
the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
In your
Sure.
opinion. I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me. I answered your questions, so there.
Okay. You're getting very pushy.
I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
You do.
Are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular.
Okay.
There are circumstances that might cause selective memory.
We're gonna jump into
For
your
whatever
head too?
reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind.
Okay.
This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
Right.
Date, there's no point in letting this go on. She's clearly lying.
Yeah.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer! I am!
We're gonna
Right now,
jump
we have to
inside
rely
your
on
head.
hard evidence. The Odoroki
I
Man chocolate that
assume.
Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If
Right.
Mayumi was at the scene before Ota,
She may have seen the criminal's face.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Date.
Sinking
Sink with
time. All right. We like just did one, so this is interesting. Hopping right back in.
Pewter,
Hi.
we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
Well,
What happened?
the sync machine isn't operating to capacity.
Okay.
Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Right.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard.
Okay.
And now, it's not responding.
Right.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
Oh.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync
I'm
yet,
sorry,
huh?
Pewter.
But we need
Very
to,
sorry.
or this investigation is going nowhere.
Yeah.
Date, I suggest we go to Matsushita Diner.
Right. Okay.
We may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Well. Bye-bye.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those repairs. I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8. Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That Pewter, always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Yeah, Pewter is
Stop
just that kind of
stressing
guy,
him
you
out.
know?
Hey, this is a hostile work environment.
It really is. I'm very sorry. At the same time, I'm also not, because it's kind of funny. But at the same time, I'm sorry, because I find it funny.
Why would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
Fair?
But who?
Surely you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
Yep. Ota!
It's Ota.
It has to be.
Yep.
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
Last night, Ota left
I don't know.
Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
Yeah?
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
I mean,
Yes.
it's possible.
Why would he do that?
To make himself look like a hero.
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
What do you think about the possibility that Ota is the new Cyclops killer?
Impossible.
Why?
I mean, I don't think he's the new Cyclops killer. I just think that, you know, he could have potentially staged this last one. The van stolen at the
The van was stolen
store.
while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
Right?
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat. She could have been driving.
Okay.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
Fair.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves.
Okay. But the polar bear.
In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
That
They
was just a
definitely
dream.
fought.
It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
Fair enough. She did have her eye taken
Iris
out.
had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
What?
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
Okay. That's a weird assumption.
In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
A performance?
Okay.
Iris drove the Matsushida's van. Ota drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse separately.
Right.
Then, they prepared the live stream.
Okay.
Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it.
Right.
After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider
Okay.
this. In the stream, Ota and the polar bear were never on screen at the same time.
Right.
True. That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and then...
Came back on heroically.
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Okay.
Yes. But this is only a theory.
I think it's a good theory. I don't know if I necessarily want it to be true. So I hope it's not.
Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju.
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects list.
Right.
That's why she pulled out her eye and had Ota stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I will repeat
Okay.
myself in saying that this is only a theory. It is one of
Agreed.
many possibilities.
Definitely.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
I mean, they
Doctor,
could.
you must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and displayed.
Yeah?
And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive. Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
Yeah. It's
We
a
can't rule anything out.
good assumption. Alright, well, time for some investigation. I assume. Yeah, okay. Is Ota here, or... I assume he's, like, still at the hospital or something now.
Ota,
Oh, no, he is here.
why are you...
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her!
We're trying to.
Why?
It's okay. They're there. I'm very concerned. I have no idea what's about to happen. One, in this conversation, and two, once we sync with his mom. Hi. You doing okay?
Okay? How could I be okay?
You know,
I
fair.
got stabbed by a serial killer.
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
Fair enough. Are you worried about Tessa?
So worried that my stomach is in knots.
I think that might be
surgery
the
was
stitches.
successful, but they told me she isn't out of the ICU yet.
Okay. Why are you here?
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was
Right.
under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
Right.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
Yeah?
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. But as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi
Indeed.
confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying. So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying. Mom didn't do it. She's innocent.
And that's what we're trying to prove. Hold on. I can't click on the picture. Okay.
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
No way. Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself. Or asked you to do it.
Who knows?
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that?
Not really. I
was
don't.
fighting for my life against the criminal.
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
Fair?
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time
He's
you
just
faked
saying it's a
something, would it,
possibility.
Ota?
You.
I'm just saying. We're
I'm
just
telling
saying.
you I didn't.
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone.
Right?
The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently, she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has dementia.
Right?
Maybe her memory is just mixed up.
It's a possibility.
Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good.
Right.
You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago...
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah. We're just barely outside of the restricted area, but... because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot.
Right?
The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day. And he was a
Okay.
security guard and traffic cop at night.
Oh boy.
Mom worked as a janitor. They were both working hard and barely got any sleep.
Oof.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job.
Okay.
And they bought me a PC and Idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt.
Oof.
And there's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up. So they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started, Dad,
Passed away?
yeah, he had a heart attack. From overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay. Even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
What? Why do you want to do that, Ota?
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow, a writer. Oh, that's a good goal to have. But you really should finish college. You worked so hard to get in.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity. I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Is that right? Well, Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. I know you can do it. And And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay?
Okay, I feel like I need to talk because I haven't talked for a while, but I'm trying to just be silent because this is a very serious moment. So I'm just kind of letting it speak for itself. So yeah, that's why I wasn't talking, because I'm getting, I'm getting the feels. Okay, I'm getting the feels.
Yeah. How do you guess?
And I
It was
figured,
really just a few texts back and forth.
I should just
I
let
was
it
thrilled. I thought I could make it as a
speak for
writer
itself.
because of that. But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer.
Not with that attitude.
Never even finished writing a novel. Not even once. I always give up after the first 5,000 words. To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me.
Now I'm getting real sad.
Not long after, I quit college. Mom
Okay.
was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally. One day,
Ota, can I hug you?
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from school?
are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me!
I feel the strong urge to hug, and I can't because they're video game characters. So I can't hug, and it hurts. I am so sorry, Ota.
Mom got sick.
I feel
because
like I'm
such
gonna
a piece
cry.
of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her. I was so stupid. I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me. I was so cruel to her for no reason. And she got worse and worse.
What's that picture?
It's the nice happy photo from before.
Looking at this photo reminds me. One time, when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it. And it's not like it was an apology or anything, but Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad son.
Hey, Aiba.
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit,
Ouch!
but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Right?
Your presumption is illogical.
Human
Ouch.
beings are logical. We're not
Definitely.
like you AI. We can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important way.
What is
Right.
that?
Intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times.
Usually.
Aiba, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Right.
Understood.
Okie doke. I'm very sorry. Pat. Hug. Because I can't actually do those actions, that was my expression of them. really sad. I was not I was not mentally or emotionally prepared for something like that. This is the earliest I've gotten up in like a week. And yeah. My brain's not functioning properly, and I was
That's
like,
it.
oh
Weren't you
gosh,
going
we're
to
going
check
into
the
the serious
warehouse?
stuff right away.
I was, but a thought occurred to me.
Okay. What thought? Water?
Date, look! A tonguefish on the ocean floor.
What's a tonguefish?
A flat fish, like the sole of a shoe.
You
Okay.
can see all the way down there?
Of course I can. My vision and my looks are my best qualities.
Right. Hi. What was I thinking of?
Iva,
Box?
what's in this box?
Your favorite kind of reading material, and a lot of it.
Dang.
Academic research papers on criminology?
No, the kind that
Good,
features
good cover.
gratuitous
Good
nudity.
cover. That's a different box, actually. Another oil drum.
Hi, I'm Drum. I'm on.
You say strange things sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, so what am I looking at?
Iva,
The van?
who drove the van here?
There are two possibilities. Either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
Right.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible.
Indeed.
The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot at 10:32 p.m. At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
Right. Okay.
Iva, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained,
We got it on
the
footage.
security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Right.
Why are you stating the obvious?
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse.
But how did she get
That
here?
doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course, a different car. I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
Right. Oh, we're outside the barrier now. Okay. Looking out into the sea.
Found one hit. A taxi.
Okay.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
Oh,
At
Okay.
Lemniscate. Why?
Unknown.
good question.
But we should speak with the driver immediately.
Oh, yes, definitely. Well, off we go. Well, I guess we finally got a lead, so that's cool. Hello?
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Yes.
Wah?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Right.
Mind
Sorry.
if I ask you what you're doing here?
You are
What?
so
I am but a humble taxi cab
creepy.
driver.
There we go.
You're
I'm with the
so
police. I have some
Creepy.
questions for you.
This guy's the killer. I doubt it, but oh gosh, I'm so
I have just finished
convinced.
conveying my client from Temeke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby.
Right. He's super creepy though, and it just
I
I
was
don't know.
born in Kawago, Saitama.
I
Why
just
do you
get a
talk like
feeling
that?
that
I
he's
don't know what you mean.
I don't
I've
know.
spoken
I
this
just have a
way
bad
all
feeling.
my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
Right. I don't know, there's just something about him that raises red flags already.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Ooh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old
Okay.
hag.
Old
Ow.
hag.
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Right.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers
Well?
and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Right. Okay.
I recall it was around 10 in the evening.
Okay.
Near the Kabasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up
Okay.
the old hag. And as soon as
Checks
she
out.
stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather
Right.
exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front.
Right.
We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly,
Okay.
the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that.
Well, this is
In
involving
any
an
case, I knew
investigation,
that
so
the gate
yes,
would be
we would.
up if we were seen following the van. So I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8
Okay.
store, but 100 yards from there. While waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move, the old hag suddenly spoke up. I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
Okay then.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate.
Right.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
Okay.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Ota was left behind at the Famisto.
I
Okay.
really thought Ota was in the van the whole time.
Huh. Interesting.
We then arrived at a splendid manor. The van
A
entered the
manor?
premises through the front gate and disappeared from
You
view.
mean So's
We, of course,
manner?
could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed. The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30
Okay.
minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kabasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow. But I was not about to risk my license and livelihood.
Right.
Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout.
Okay.
About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
Okay.
How do you remember the time so well?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor. Thus, I can approximate the time.
Okay.
I see. Please continue.
Convenient.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street,
Okay.
and thus we again
Lucky.
made pursuit. I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught now. But
Right.
my caution backfired. I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouses. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses.
Okay.
I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return. The goose
Right.
was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home.
Fair
I am
enough.
glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
Makes sense.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence.
It is
It
So's.
is the personal home of Congressman So Sajima.
That's what I
Sajima.
thought.
Why did the van go to So's house?
Well,
We need
That's
to speak
not
with
good.
him immediately.
Agreed. Let's move.
oh, definitely. However, we're actually going to stop here because we're at about the time to end. So next time, we will be going to question So. But until then, enjoy looking at this creepy taxi driver's face. So bye-bye.